first thing that God tells, if I said God is, you'd say good. If I say God is, you might say love. If I say God is, you might say omnipotent. But none of those are the first thing God tells about God. What's the first thing God tells about God? The first thing that God tells about God is that he's creative. Why? The first thing God tells about God is that he's creative, because the first thing God tells about us is that he created us in his image, which means he wanted us to know from the beginning, from the get-go, that he created us to create stuff and he made us to make stuff. And God, the God of the universe, who made everything out of nothing, who put the sun and the moon and the heavens and decked the heavens with the stars and smoothed out a chaotic earth and scooped out a place with his hand, put the water in it, tied it down with a rope of sand and called it oceans. He put a garment of green over the valleys and mountains and the hills, and he buttoned it up with lilies and garlands and wove it with laughing daffodils. That God took an aspect of his creativity and planted it in you and in me, so that we could produce what he created us to produce. Are y'all tracking? And so the first thing he tells about himself is that he's creative, because the first thing he tells about us is that he created us in his image, which means he created us to create stuff and he made us to make stuff. That's the first thing God tells us about God.